Good afternoon, Liverpool. My name's Lee Hunter. I'm the chair of the Fire Brigade Union in Merseyside. And I'm a proud Scouser. We are a city that has always welcomed people. Liverpool is as much Irish, Scandinavian and African as it is English. People say that we are insular, that Scousers look inwards, but we aren't looking inwards, we're looking outwards. Outwards from our docks, looking outwards to the wide world, where people from every nation have come and made this city and this region the amazing place that it is. And that is why I know you're here today, supporting those who still come to our city and our region, seeking safety and seeking refuge. I welcome them, we welcome them, and the Fire Brigade Union welcomes them. But please, let's not forget that many who leave their homelands escaping war and torture and persecution don't make it. Can you imagine how desperate you would have to be to place your children on a dinghy, push that dinghy out into the sea, and never know if you will see your children or land ever again? One person who knows how desperate these people are is a hero of mine. He's a serving firefighter in Nottinghamshire, and he also volunteers for a charity called Sea-Watch that rescues people in the Mediterranean Sea. His name is Brendan Woodhouse, and he wrote the poem I'm going to read to you now. I hope I do his words justice, because we know if the people in that hotel in Knowsley were white, we wouldn't be here right now. If they were white, there'd be no need for these speeches, no sucking leeches, no death on the beaches, and no idiots and preachers, spitting words that aren't true, like they come from a zoo, like they've escaped and they're dangerous. There would be such a change in us, we'd see it with clarity, if only we lived in a world with race parity. If they were white, there'd be no need for rescue. They'd just get on a plane and speak out their name, and we'd treat them the same as though they came from Ukraine. We wouldn't allow them to drown in the sea if they looked like me. We'd open the gates to the wall that we've built, and we'd see it's a sin to do anything other than just let them in. If they were white, there'd be no deals with Rwanda. Priti Patel would see it just like Uganda with Idi Amin. We just let them in. There'd be no deportations to faraway nations, there'd be no wave machines, but it's become so routine to treat frightened people so incredibly mean. And every time, without fail, that the Prime Minister fails, you'll see it splashed on the front of the Mail. Look, another refugee boat has set sail. If they were white, they'd still be alive. Samuel, he'd still be alive. If they were white, can you imagine that all of a sudden the papers were silent and nothing was said? Do you think they'd never mention the dead? Can you imagine if those faces were pale? What would they say in that rag Daily Mail? Do you think that they'd put words like cockroaches? Or maybe they'd hire buses and coaches? If they were white, there'd be no need for drownings, no Daily Mail frownings. We build bridges, not walls, and the names that they call, all would fall, there'd be none at all. There'd be boats and planes to whisk them away to a place they'd be safe, and people would meet them and wholeheartedly greet them. If they were white, they'd be allowed to work and no one would smirk, saying they're here for our massive fake benefit system that just isn't true, but it's sticking like glue because it's repeated over and over and over again. Each and every one of them, they all have a name, but we've allowed their names to be numbers, and the numbers are high. And 24,000 people have died, and 24,000 mothers have cried. So say it out loud for those that didn't survive. If they were white, solidarity with refugees. Thank you, comrades.